Allahim La, Alahayna Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, Hamashiach, Wamalaki, Bahashim, Harawat, Bakakorash, Barakatham, the water Baba Wakwam Yasharala. Double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach us daily. To the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine, I say to you, Shalom. Y'all got to forgive my voice. I'm still a little congested, stuffy nose, blowing noses, sneezing. I'm Salakia for that. But today we're going to get into a video whereas Trump, this man has, I think he ordered Congress and the Supreme, he ordered the Pentagon to make up a law so that he can use the military against the citizens. We told y'all this what this cream sucker was doing. We told y'all. But yet MAGA still thinks he got you in their best interest. Now the thing is this. Why would you want an order like that in place? Why would you want an executive order like that in place if you don't plan to utilize the military against the people? Y'all think about it. We told y'all this man is crazy, and it's not him. It's the Lord putting it on him to do this because the Lord is about to end America. Now, let's go ahead and get the video, then we'll grab some scriptures. Name of this video is Trump orders DOJ and Pentagon to draft plan to use military against American citizens. Now, before I get there, let me read this copyright. Let's see, where is it? Hold on, y'all. Okay. Okay, y'all. This is copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Let's get it.
On Monday of this week, Donald Trump signed a new executive order demanding that the United States Attorney General Pam Bondi and U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth work together to find out how we can legally use United States troops on United States soil to arrest United States citizens. This is the big one. This is the moment where we officially become a police state living under a fascist dictator. And you know what's shocking to me? This was signed halfway through the day on Monday. Halfway through the day on Monday. On Tuesday, which I didn't see this till halfway through the day on Tuesday, by the way, this should have been the only news on Tuesday. The only news. I don't give a shit that Tuesday was his 100th day. Let's take a look at everything. Yeah, that's great. Do a quick analysis and move the hell on. He told the DOJ to work with the Pentagon to find out how we can use U.S. troops on U.S. soil. We have now crossed that threshold. And by the way, He gave him 90 days to come up with a finalized plan. So this isn't something maybe we'll do. He's got a timeline on it because he wants it done, I guess, by midsummer at this point. Let me read you this. The executive order is titled Strengthening and Unleashing America's Law Enforcement to Pursue Criminals and Protect Innocent Civilians. He issued several directives, including the establishment of a legal defense mechanism for law enforcement officers. A legal defense mechanism, meaning law enforcement.
Now, I want to say this real quick. You see right here where it says American law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent civilians. The black and brown going to be the criminals, and the Edomites going to be the innocent civilians, I promise you. Not all 100%, but the majority of the criminals, they're going to label black and brown, and civilians, innocent, they're going to label Edomites. This is how this is worded. You got to read between the lines. So this man is basically declaring war against you because you have done nothing to him.
Officers are going to be given more clearance to do things that are currently illegal, but they're going to become legal.
See? You heard that? Let's go back a little bit. Listen to what he said.
He's got a timeline on it because he wants it done, I guess, by midsummer at this point. Let me read you this. The executive order is titled Strengthening and Unleashing America's Law Enforcement to Pursue Criminals and Protect Innocent Civilians. He issued several directives, including the establishment of a legal defense mechanism for law enforcement officers. A legal defense mechanism, meaning law enforcement officers are going to be given more clearance to do things that are currently illegal, but they're going to become legal.
There it is. That's why he got rid of the database with all the corrupt police officers. So everything that they want to just pull you over and shoot you, they can do that. This man is giving them full immunity against breaking laws. So whatever they do, they cannot be prosecuted. This is the true nature of Esau. He wants to murder. He wants a license to murder and not be punished. He already has it. But the Lord is finna flip it on his ass. Watch. And we got the scriptures to prove it. This man wants a license to murder and get away with it. Just because he don't like you. That's the bottom line, pretty much. You don't have to break no laws. The Constitution been done away with. Look at all these executive orders jumping over going around the Constitution already. Yeah, this man wants a license to do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and nobody question it or say anything about it. Now, how can a society last like that? That's why this kingdom is destined to fall. That's why the Lord got the United States on his way out the door. And these Edomites about to go in chains because they weren't created to be fit rulers. They were created to be the wicked. So out of all this wickedness, the Lord is giving these people an opportunity to earn their judgment. And he ain't gonna hold no punches when it's time to deliver that judgment.
A crackdown on state and local officials who willfully and unlawfully direct the obstruction of criminal law, including by directly and unlawfully prohibiting law enforcement officers from carrying out duties.
You mean murder?
A crackdown on state and local officials. Let me rephrase that. Politicians. Donald Trump is directing the Department of Justice and the Pentagon to come up with a plan to use the military to arrest politicians. That's not hyperbole. That's not me overstating this. It's literally what it says. I just gave a clearer definition of what those words mean.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump is going to use the military to arrest politicians that he doesn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can probably derive from this that he's most likely only talking about the issue of immigration, right?
Nope.
Well,
this is indirectly aimed toward the Israelites. They'll never say it, but their actions. Look at all the black and brown people that are deported already who haven't been to trial for their so-called crimes they committed. Now he wants to get rid of criminals and deport them. He should start with the White House and all these governments in these states and in these cities. He should start with the school shooters, with the mass shooters, the genocidal people. But you don't see that. All you see being deported is black and brown. The real danger, the real domestic terrorists are Edomites with guns. Look at the history. But I promise you, none will be deported. Only black and brown. Because this man does not like either. He hates Israelites.
Well, let's never forget we're constantly on that slippery slope. So even if he is specifically referring to immigration, which is not mentioned, so that's a pretty big leap to assume that's all he's talking about, it'll go further from there. Not to mention he's talking about impeding criminal law. Well, guess what? Immigration issues are not criminal law, they are civil.
Yep.
So even by your own definition, you couldn't go after these politicians.
That's why he gave the Pentagon 90 days to rewrite the rules so that he can. See? That's Isaiah 26:10 all day. We're going to bring it out, though. Let's go.
For having what you call sanctuary cities. But it continues. Section 4 of the executive order. Using national security assets for law and order. Within 90 days of the date of this order, the Attorney General and the Secretary of Defense, in consultation with the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, and the heads of agencies as appropriate, shall increase the provision of excess military and national security assets in local jurisdictions to assist state and local law enforcement.
Now, you got to remember this as well. Martial law is prophesied to happen. Think about this too. Donald Trump, this man is so power hungry that he wants to control everything. So him declaring martial law and using the military as his police, that's the ultimate power grab. Now, it's going to turn into chaos because this is idiotic and the people are not going to go for it. That's going to be that resistance. That's going to make him justified to have martial law in place. See, this is what they do. They entrap you. Just like the elder said, because all these shelves going empty, they're going to wait around until people start losing it and start going at each other. They're going to declare martial law. And the cherry on top is going to be that he gets to blame it on you. It's your fault I got to lock you down. No, it's your fault because you don't know how to run a fucking country. But anywho, yeah, he gonna say, well, it's your fault. I had to lock you down, but you caused the reason for all this chaos in 90 days. So yeah, this is the ultimate power grab. And somebody like Donald Trump, he gets off on shit like this. Now, one thing that we've always said, that power manifests who power is not for. This creamsicle is one of those people that power is not for. Look at what he's doing with power, abusing it. Unfit to rule. Edomites, they don't know how to rule because they are wicked and not righteous. We told y'all to stop expecting the wicked to be righteous. It's not going to happen.
Within 90 days of the date of this order, the Secretary of Defense, in coordination with the Attorney General, shall determine how military and national security assets, training, non-lethal capabilities, and personnel can most effectively be utilized to prevent crime.
So he's committing crime to prevent crime because all these executive orders are very illegal.
So again, don't assume that this is just talking about undocumented people. They don't even mention the word immigration. They just say crime. They're going to crack down on protesters. They're going to crack down on dissent. They could crack down on the media with the United States military. Let me tell you something. If you're an active duty service member, you're about to have to make the hardest choice of your life. Do you allow yourself to be deployed on U.S. soil? Are you going to be one of the people that history is going to look back on that tells us later on, I was just following orders? Y'all will have to make those choices. Possibly in 90 days. It's right there in black and white. You will be deployed on U.S. soil and you will be asked to arrest or worse, U.S. citizens. You guys have some pretty tough choices to make, and you only have 88 days left to do it. Thanks for watching today.
See? Come out of this. And y'all got to also remember that sleeper cells are also here. Chinese troops are also here. We told y'all. If you ain't watched that movie Red Dawn, don't even worry about it. Pretty soon you're going to be able to look out the window and watch it live. Now let's get some scriptures. Second Corinthians. Hold on. Let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians. Chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices. We know exactly why he's doing this. Because the devil knows that his time is up. We told you, these elites, they know the prophecies just like we do. They know that once the Israelites wake up, that's the end of their kingdom and that's their ass. And the Lord is putting it on their spirit to make it so. Now let's go to I think it's First Maccabees. Hold on. It's Second Maccabees. Yep. It's Second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 31. And thou that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of Yahweh. This is not going to succeed. Yeah, you might get away with it. You might get the Israelites that the Lord don't want 2/3, but you ain't gonna touch his elect. But the elect gonna touch y'all asses though. Let's get this one. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. That's these Edomites. That's these Edomites with no empathy. They were not given empathy. That's why they can treat people like they ain't shit and don't lose no sleep, because they're not people. Think about it like this. In order to be a human in the human family, you got to have hue, melanin, pigment. They're not. Even the Lord said, he was like, I will send a people against you who are not a people. Let me see if I can find it. That ain't it. Here we go. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 21. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Yahweh. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. Talking about the Israelites, how we pissed off the Lord. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation, Edomites. Let's go to the book of Revelation. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Great sword, guns, knives, a military, nuclear weapons. Get this one. Psalm chapter 55, verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. Yeah. You want to use the military against the citizens? That is an official declaration of war. But see, he had the citizens thinking the whole time that he down with them. No, he breaking the covenant by wanting to get them put the military on the people. That's breaking a covenant. That's breaking an agreement. Let's get this one. Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. That's why it says in the book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy. Let's get it. But like his iron rusted so is his wickedness. Yep. Let's go down to, we're in chapter 12, verse 12. No, we start at 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not altogether been wiped away. Even though he put on a good front like he cool with you, the Lord says still don't trust him because he fronting, he's performing, he's an actor. This ain't nothing but a performance to earn your trust so he can stab your ass in the back. Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee and stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and though at the last, remember my words and be pricked therewith. The Lord said, you better take my warning, don't trust this man. I don't care how nice he acted. It's an act. And if you do trust him, ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for your ass. Verse 13. Look at all them people who died from the jab. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent, or any such as come now wild beast? Trust this man, you get what you get. Verse 16. An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Matter of fact, they just uncovered that He working more under the table deals to send American citizens now to a prison in Rwanda. Yeah, he imagined how to throw it into a pit, though he humbled himself. No, this man wants, he declared war on the citizens, man. Verse 17, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee every time. Chapter 13, verse 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Verse 5, if thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee barren, not be sorry for it. Just take your shit and don't feel no way about it. That is inhuman. This man has no empathy. Empathy makes you human. Pigment, melanin makes you human. So that's why when they get rounded up and exterminated at the end of 1,000 years captivity, ain't nobody gonna miss them because they were never supposed to be here. They weren't meant to be here for the long haul, just temporary. Just like their blessing of the sword, just temporary. Y'all not meant to be here for eternity. That's why the Lord made made nature against you. That's why you can't go out in the sun. You were not meant to be here for eternity. This is the book of still in Sirach, chapter 14, verse 7. And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Verse 8, the envious man have a wicked eye, he turns away his face and despises men. Yeah, he want to throw everybody in prison who ain't white. Just because. Verse 9, a covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul. He ain't satisfied with just running America. Well, running America into the ground. He wants to run Canada into the ground, Mexico, Greenland, Panama. Let's go to the wisdom of Solomon. And I will say this, you Edomites are the dumbest nation of people I ever seen for allowing it. Y'all could easily stop this, but you didn't because he's an Edomite too. And y'all can't imagine that one of your own is doing this to you. You're still in that cognitive dissonance of disbelief. Y'all the weakest nation I ever seen. You allow one man to destroy your whole shit. This is the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 11. We start at verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. See, no respect. Verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. See, that's why every solution to their problem is violence, death, and destruction. Never a rational, logical solution. Death, violence, destruction, and theft, and lies. Those are the go-tos for Esau. Verse 11, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. See, nothing worth. So it's basically saying, if you weak, and what does America consider to be weak? Somebody that ain't got no money. So if you broke, you ain't shit. That's how they treat you, right? Okay. But if you got some bread, Trump gonna be he gonna have his nose all up in your ass. Verse 12. Therefore, let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. He knows that we are against him because the Lord made it like that. He made there ain't but two forces in the world, the wicked and the righteous. He designated Esau to be the wicked. He designated the Israelites to be the righteous. That's why we always clashing. Now let's go back to the book of Sirach. Go to verse of chapter 11. See what it do. Chapter 11, verse 31. For he lieth in wait and turneth good into evil, and in things worthy of praise he will lay blame on thee. See? Blaming all the problems on the Israelites that America got. No, bro. You have become a global problem now, bro. The only man in history to ever piss off a whole planet. Okay, let's go to Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. Trust Trump creamsicle as you want to. Go to Psalms 37. This is Psalms 37, verse 7. Rest in the Lord Yahweh and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Verse 9. Now, verse 8. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Lord said, just chill out. I got this. Verse 9. For evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon the Lord Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. The Lord said, don't do nothing. I'm gonna handle his orange ass. Psalm chapter 36, verse 4. Let's start at 2. Psalm chapter 36. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. That DT all day. Let me write that down. Yeah. Okay. Verse 6. Salakia, verse 4. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. That means he loves evil. Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 26. I told you we was going to bring it out. Verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. We told y'all. Now let's go Isaiah chapter 32. Okay. Verse 6. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy and to utter against the Lord Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry. He will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Verse 7. The instruments of the churl are evil. Churl means a wicked spirited person. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. That's why he's deporting innocent, law-abiding Israelites. Let's go here. Second Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. Y'all ain't got away with shit. He's giving you plenty elbow room to earn your judgment before he beat y'all ass. And ain't no nice way to say it. Neither am I looking for a nice way to say it. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 18, verse 12. And they say there is no hope, but we will walk in our own devices, and we will every one do the imaginations of his evil heart. See, that's how proud these Edomites are. We gonna do what we want to do. It just said it in the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. That's why they don't give a damn. See, y'all think that this is real. All these laws, regulations. No. Esau wants you to believe they're real. Look at how they did C-19. I mean, nailing it home. Wear the mask, take the jab, take the jab. But none of these lawmakers, none of these powerful people, they didn't take no jab, but they wouldn't wear no mask. The laws are for you. And they gonna play because they are the lawless. But you better do it. See how unfit these people are to rule? That's why they break their own laws so easily, because they don't take it serious, because they know the laws are not real. They just want you to think they're real so they can have power over you. The real laws are the laws, statutes, and commandments in the Bible. Those are the laws that bring forth and preserve life. Esau's laws bring forth death. Poison in your food, poison in your water, poison in the air. How is bringing forth death not illegal? That should show you how twisted this man is. Job chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepare deceit. Verse 34, for the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate. That's the word. They're hypocrites. Oh, it's the law. We all got to follow the law. But they don't. Hypocrites. For the congregation of the hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. See, they keep you binded by law. while they take advantage of you. They keep you in an arrested development state while they flourish by their laws and righteous decrees. Well, the law said you're not supposed to do this. Well, shit, you doing it. Revelation chapter 2. Verse 10, red letter Lord Yahweh speaking. Fear none of those things that thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. That's self-explanatory. Go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22. Verse 29. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery and have vexed the poor and needy. Yeah, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. Yeah. Go to Proverbs chapter 26. Verse 24. He that hateth disassembleth with his lips, and layeth up deceit within him. That's creamsicle. When he speaketh fair, believeth him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit. His wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Verse 27, whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone it shall return upon him. Verse 28, a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin. That's creamsicle all day. All those scripts I just read. Especially 28, a lying tongue hated those that are afflicted by it. That means this man lying on you, he hates you. So he pretty much hate everybody because he done lied on everybody. Esau takes lies above and beyond the call of duty. This dude lies on nations. Go to the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Verse 2, and they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Verse 3, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. The Lord got you Edomites, the whole nation of Edom, and you small hats in a trick bag. But you so fucking smart. I can't tell. As a nation, y'all letting one man destroy everything y'all ever stole. But y'all superior. I will say this, y'all gonna be some superior slaves. Psalms chapter 37. Because guess what? If y'all put as much energy, y'all ain't finna control shit in the kingdom. Let's get that off the top. Y'all gonna have no say-so, no nothing. Now, if you put as much energy in, y'all ain't gonna control shit. The only thing y'all gonna control is construction. So if you put that much energy into construction as you put into wickedness and devising wicked shit, you gonna be the goddamn man. Shit, I want Esau to build my palace, Yahweh Ratazar. If you put that much energy into construction as you do into wickedness, you gonna be the motherfucking man in the kingdom, bruh. Everybody gonna want you to build a palace. And you still gonna be sleeping outside with the dogs. Yahweh Ratazah. Psalm chapter 37, verse 32. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Going all the way back to Cain and Abel. Going all the way back to Jacob and Esau. There's nothing new under the sun. Esau still kept that perpetual hatred. That's why he doing all the fuck shit he doing right now to this day. Cops pulling over Israelites, gunning them down. Yeah. Still to this day. That's why the Lord got y'all asses in a trick bag. And y'all got 1,000 years of captivity / slavery under us. So all this little sneaky shit, yeah, do it. It's the Lord's will. Because regardless of what you do, we know your final destination. Captivity for 1,000 years in extermination. You gone, baby. It ain't gonna be no more white people on the planet after 1,000 years. After they rebuild our kingdom for free. And ain't nothing they can do about it. All this lying on us, calling us criminals, perfect law-abiding citizens, no criminal records. You gonna, okay, in the prison, okay. This is how he's doing it. This is King David. Psalm chapter 31, verse 18, let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. And they will be silenced. They will be silenced. Psalm chapter 94. Verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? This is mischief all day. Verse 21. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. Verse 23. And shall he bring down, Salakia, and he shall bring upon them in their iniquity and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yeah, the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, our power shall cut them off. Ezekiel chapter 35. Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 6. Red letter speaking, Lord Yahweh Shai. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hang about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. So the Lord basically saying, before you make up a dumbass decision to touch one of his elect, you better off hanging a cinder block around your neck and jumping in the water. In comparison, it's the better option than touching one of his elect. Isaiah chapter 34. Verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Israel. That's why he finna do what he finna do to y'all, because y'all look at what all the shit y'all did to us. Isaiah chapter 14. Verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. Sound like slavery to me. And they shall take them captives, yeah, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it's worded differently throughout the Bible, but it all says the same thing. Y'all going into slavery, Edomites, whether you want to or not. Verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Edomites. He said, prepare slaughter for your children, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, or fill the face of the world with cities. That means your population is finna dwindle. Verse 22. For I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord. He finna take out all the male Edomites, therefore extinguishing you. You can't bring forth another Edomite without Edomite seed. So if there are no Edomite seeds, there will no more Edomites be born. Go to book of Joel. Joel chapter 3. Verse 5, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. His silver and his gold is his people. Verse 6, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Verse 7, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. Verse 8, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah. They shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Yeah, y'all finna get scattered throughout the four winds. And you got ass whoopings coming. Ezekiel chapter 25, we can start at verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Verse 13, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from teeming, and there the done shall fall by the sword. These are Edomites, you are people before you are a place. Verse 14, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. Ooh, ass whooping. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to mine fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Verse 17, and I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. It's going to suck to be an Edomite. Well, it's sucking right now because the world is rejecting y'all as a nation. The president of Namibia deporting Edomites. Get them out of here. And go to the book of Obadiah. We can close. Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. Yeah. Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's creamsicle right there. Verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. He gonna do it. He gonna knock your ass right off that little proud pedestal you standing on. Verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? That's why y'all got creamsicle. Ain't nothing wise about him. And y'all dumb enough to follow him. And y'all dumb enough to let him destroy everything y'all stole. Which says to me that y'all wasn't meant to be in rulership if y'all allow this shit. Verse 9, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of them out of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Verse 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, you took advantage of us. So shall all the heathen drink continually. And this ain't talking about just Esau and the small hats. It's talking about all you other 16 nations who knew who we were but said nothing. Instead, you said nothing and benefited. Y'all asses in trouble too. So shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. That's because there never in the history of this planet has 17 nations gone into captivity at the same time. It's about to happen. Verse 17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Everything you stole, you finna run that. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. After y'all come out of 1,000 years of captivity, building our kingdom for free, the Lord finna round y'all up and exterminate y'all. Verse 21, and Savior shall come upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's, not Trump's. Get it through your head. One more, then we can close. Here we go. Book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Y'all ain't getting away with shit. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Meaning he controls the tornadoes and the hurricanes and everything, all the storms. You don't control shit. You just think you do because he gave you the knowledge and the ability to do it. But guess what? If he didn't want these storms and tornadoes to happen, he wouldn't have gave you the technology to do it. And the same technology he gave you, he gonna use to whoop your ass with it. So go ahead, use your military. You're gonna need way more than that when them chariots pull up on your ass. Call halal imlala, hayanaw Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, wa Malaki, by Hashem, Harawat, Wakakwadash, Barakathum, the water Bible, Bawa, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.